Good morning, beloved one. Dr. Goddess on Love and Life, CeeJay Adams, coming at you from Mount Shasta, California this morning, sitting comfortably at the KY campground here, enjoying nature and preparing today to face more fears. This journey to California has been about facing my fears. I have two significant fears that I'm willing to admit on air. One is a fear of height, which I faced yesterday in a mighty way. Beautiful friend of mine and I went ziplining, and we were hundreds of feet above the ground, harnessed to a wire, 3/4 of a mile long, going over treetops. And I wasn't afraid. I wasn't afraid. Why? Because as I sat on the platform of what was the fourth of five lines we zipped, I admitted my fear. I said to our guide, "Wow, this one intimidates me a little." And he says, "That's okay." And I said, "So let's do it big." And I was the last one to take the line. And I said, "Okay, I want to go as hard, as fast as I can. Show me how to do that." And he positioned me, helped me get my feet in place so that I could push off. And once I pushed off the platform, there was no fear. Why was there no fear? Because what am I going to do? It's not like I could save myself. It was the point of decision where the fear resided. I said, this line intimidates me. And then I could either sit in the car and wait for a ride back to camp, or I could do the line. What was I going to do? Then I could do the line the comfortable, safe way, or I could go all out. I decided to go all out. The risk was the same. I was going to either go high speed, full energy, or I was going to go slower speed. Either way, I was going to make it to the other side. I wanted the all-out ride. So I made the decision, and there was no fear. There's a shout that came out of me. It was not a shout of fear. It was a shout of triumph. Why am I sharing my zipline experience? Because I think it's so important for us to recognize that fear is all in the mind. Fear is that point of decision that we're not ready to make. So I expressed my other fear as fear of dark, particularly dark in the wilderness. So I'm out in the midst of a big forest. It's darker than dark here at night. And each day I'm taking myself a little bit further to exposure, to risk. And I was this morning exploring, well, what is it that I fear? I'm not afraid of death. So if I'm not afraid of death, then what is there to fear? Well, there's pain, right? I don't want to live with pain. There's the opportunity to lose life with my loved ones. There's the opportunity that I might experience something unpleasant. So all of these are really the stories in my head. And what I realized is my greatest fear is living with the stories in my head. The stories in my head create my fears, and my greatest fears are the stories in my head. You know, it's been said that many people have failed to live life because they worried about things that never happened. I don't want to live my life that way. I want to live my life knowing I lived till the day I died. And so that means I have to be willing to deconstruct fear and construct love. Yesterday, as I'm watching our guides, one of them came across like a monkey on the longest 3/4 mile line, and he's posing, and he looks like a GQ model on an electrical wire, right? And he's having fun, and he is fully embracing his experience, and he is trusting. He is trusting that harness to hold him. He is trusting that whatever he does, whatever pose he puts his body in, whatever it is, that he is safe. Well, isn't that the truth of fear? Fear comes when we don't trust. So now today, my day, is going to be spent exploring what don't I trust that I've allowed fear to take me over. And to limit my love of nature in the dark. What about you? What's your fear? You know, we don't take our fear on once and annihilate it. It has to be annihilated step by step. Last night I slept in the car, safe and warm, in a campground. Tonight, I'll sleep in the car, safe and warm, in an undesignated wilderness spot. Right? Sometime by the end of this journey, I'll be sleeping outside in nature and feeling it, or at least I hope I will. And I ask you to think today, what's the first step you could take in conquering your fear? Is it maybe even just acknowledging that you have the fear, that something intimidates you? Is it maybe looking a little deeper to see what is the decision you have been afraid to make, and now it's time to make it? Look into your fear with the eyes of love. Embrace your hate. Allow it to become part of the magnitude of who you are. Embrace your fire, your anger, your fear. Let it come forward and make you more alive. Don't run from it. Run into it today. All right, my beloved one, go out there and create the magnificence you want to experience. Enjoy the miracles that are all around you. Remember that we are truly one, and I love you. Be your magnificence. Ciao.